Honda.
Who do you call a Honda? It's a person who
is hypertensive, obese, non-compliant with their diet adult. Honda. H.O.N.D.A.
So
Hypertensive.
Oh, hypertensive.
Obese.
Hypertensive, obese.
Non-compliant.
You mean beautiful? Fat is beautiful.
For some, yes. But not for your metabolism, not for your skeletal well-being, not for your cardiac health, not for your kidney health, and certainly not for your pancreas. I mean, your pancreas, it's on its knees begging, please, help me out.
What does the pancreas even do? People lose those all the time. What do you need?
No, they don't.
What do you need a pancreas for?
No, you can't live without one.
Oh, really? It's important?
Yeah. We have a love affair with the pancreas. It's intimate. I mean, if you're a Honda, you're destroying your pancreas. Yeah. Because you're making it work a lot more than it ought to. I mean, there is overtime galore. If the pancreas were working by the hour.
The pancreas is the one that's releasing insulin?
Yes, one of the cells called a beta cell in this little island inside the pancreas called the islet of Langerhans. Not to be confused with...
The islet of Langerhans?
Yes.
All right. So the pancreas and the islet of Langerhans.
Inside the islet.
The pancreas is inside the islet.
No.
No, inside the pancreas, there's the islet.
The islands of Langerhans.
Is Langerhans the guy who discovered it?
It's like Columbus.
Right.
He ventured out. There are some, islands there. That this is my Langerhans. Yeah, and you find out it has a gusher. Like the Beverly Hills. The hillbillies.
Right,
That
right.
is, right?
There's
There's golden then hills.
a story of a man named Jed. No, wait, what is it?
Yeah, that's it. The story.
Poor mountaineer barely kept his family fed. That's the one.
Yeah, and they found some oil, right? So this guy found insulin.
He was hunting for some food.
Yeah.
And out of the ground
came out the insulin. Out of the beta cells.
So the
specialized neuroendocrine cells that produce insulin, right? So when you eat sugar,
it has to produce more.
Then you make more insulin. You start the mechanism by which you synthesize more insulin.
So every time I have
proinsulin, and then insulin, and it gets secreted into the bloodstream in order to engage with receptors in most cell systems.
And that tires out your pancreas, basically?
Well, if you're overworking it, right, then you are running high insulin levels at all times. So a Honda will be running, more often than not, excessive pancreatic function to increase more insulin.
Does it make them hungry?
Yes,
when
of course. Eventually, you do develop insulin resistance. You know why? I think I mentioned it before. Because eventually, through a series of mechanisms, if you overeat more than you're burning, especially the wrong foods, then you tend to form triglycerides, which get stored inside the cells of various organ systems, like in the liver or the muscle, for example. So that intracellular storage of long-chain fatty acids, triglycerides, long chain, end up disrupting the inner mechanisms of the cellular insulin receptor concept so that the insulin cannot engage to the receptor.
Can you get rid of those triglycerides?
Eventually, yes.
Triglycerides?
Yeah, so you've got to, depending
or
on...
triglycerides.
Triglycerides.
Both of those work.
Yeah, they work. We know what it is. It's one glyceride times 3 attached with a glycerol and then long-chain fatty acids.
You can reverse that.
You can, yes. And it takes, obviously, someone recognizing that you're a Honda. So a more deteriorated Honda is a hypertensive, obese, diabetic, non-compliant diabetic. So instead of non-compliant with the diet, now you've gone so far after 10, 12, 15 years, 20 years, to be a hypertensive, obese, non-compliant diabetic adult.